DOJ has officially filed a lawsuit against the state of Texas over a string of buoys floating in the Rio Grande near Eagle Pass. We've shown them to you. We've talked about it. The marine barrier was deployed at the state's latest effort to try and keep migrants from entering the country illegally. But the barrier has now led to some humanitarian concerns. Ken Molestina is breaking down all the controversy tonight.
Crossing the border illegally while trying to evade detection can be incredibly perilous for migrants, and drowning is just one of the major risks. Just this month, 4 people, including a baby girl, drowned in the Rio Grande in Eagle Pass while trying to cross the border. Days later, a 1,000-foot-long floating barrier was placed into the river. Some worry that that will create an even more dangerous situation. It's why the U.S. Department of Justice sent a letter to the governor announcing plans to sue unless he committed to removing the barrier. Well, today was the deadline for him to do that, and he posted on social media saying in part, "Mr. President, Texas will see you in court." The DOJ has now officially filed a lawsuit. The department and other critics say the buoys raise humanitarian concerns and present serious safety risks. I spoke with Texas DPS Lieutenant Christopher Olivares today, who told me that DPS understands the river is dangerous, but the goal is for the floating barrier to deter migrants from even entering the Rio Grande in the first place.
So anytime you have a barrier such as the marine barrier or infrastructure, concertina wire, we have that in place to act as a deterrent, to discourage anyone from even stepping foot in the river. So we don't want anyone to cross the river because it's very dangerous.
Olivares said the buoys will remain in place for now, and there's even a possibility that more will be added if they prove to be an effective deterrent. There have been reports of a net attached to the buoys, which has raised even more safety concerns. Olivares said that those reports are not accurate.
So there's no netting, there's no secret traps, around this barrier. All we have right now in place is those 4-foot diameter buoys that are clearly visible from Mexico on both sides.
The marine barrier is just one tool being used to deter migration at the southern border. There's also chain link fencing, there's concertina or razor wire, and even storage containers. I'm Ken Molestina, CBS News, Texas.
You heard Ken just talk about those storage containers. If you're thinking to yourself, how are those being used to deter illegal migration? The state of Texas has lined about 100 of them up. They're side by side, and they kind of create this wall in the levees just north of the river in Eagle Pass.